緑の森で目を覚ます記憶胸の獣が闇の中嘲笑うよ巡る石の中そばにいて白き人よ輝きをもたらして今すぐにこの渇き潤してこの目に映るものは恋の真夏の影
Hello and welcome back to my Let's Play of Melty 2002. Where we last left off, we fought Sion and learned more about we learned more about Sion's predicament. I'm dreaming. For me, it's a waste of time. Even if sleep is necessary for resting the brain to see these pointless thoughts, probably because my body is weakening. I can't control it. Is this a contradiction? Excuse me. If I am so exhausted, I should be tired for dreams. All the same, why is it that I bring up these meaningless thoughts? The name Etnum, something of a scar on the face of Atlas. Oh, sorry, I had it muted. All loathing, avoidance, criminal. No one says that, but that's how I was viewed. A family known for their long devotion to alchemy. Once considered distinguished nobility, respected figures who commanded great influence. When did that all change? I shared information. My father did the same, and his father before him. That is how we increase our knowledge. Those of Etnum did not take their knowledge from books, but from other humans, communication, as you will. That is a result of rational pursuit of knowledge. If you want to know something, you don't necessarily have to study just that one thing. It is more efficient to copy the knowledge of someone who has studied it and more. Then you will have the whole of his knowledge and not just one piece. So thought our ancestors who created the means by which we can read data directly from human minds. Using the ether light, the artificial nervous system constructed of ether, hacking into the soul is possible. When the ether light touches another human being, it merges with their nervous system and links their mind with that of a user. You might say it takes over that person's hardware. Thoughts direct the body, and ordinarily the brain in its only control system. The ether light hacks into this process and becomes a second control center, sabotaging the original. It hacks orders to the body, which believes they came from its own brain. The ether light penetrates to the deepest level. From the brain, it takes information. It creates blueprints of the soul from which thought perceive are derived. Of course, to completely see someone required the branch of reason, instinct, thousands of barriers. It is truly a talent. With this ability to invade the information of others, the House of Etnum can overcome any obstacle with ease. The target has no choice but to yield to their knowledge. Other powerful methods of collecting a person's knowledge, drugs, the hypnotic gaze of a vampire, those methods can damage the information, so that perfect playback is impossible. Certainly they damage the target itself, but our method is different. Our way does not leave a scar in the mind. Thoughts are invaded, downloaded, and even rewritten without the person being aware. Even morally bankrupt alchemists consider this heresy. So Etnum kept its great power a closed secret. But even closed secret inevitably become open ones. By the time I was born, the Etnum name was no longer a distinguished one. 3 generations of our secrets was discovered. We were estranged from Atlas for violating its own rules. I suspect the other alchemists were also afraid of our methods. In that way, people distanced themselves from the Etnums. But that is not necessarily a bad thing. My grandfather, my father, and I did not receive the kind of persecution that might otherwise have been expected. Our methods are rational ones, no matter how feared and disliked they may be right now. No alchemist can deny our accomplishment or our power, nor can they surpass us. So instead they attempted to ignore us. We could not be penalized, so we were treated as if we did not exist. In the midst of that was the Atlas Academy. The House of Etnum resided in the deepest darkness, but even that was not a problem. Other maids view us as the fallen, but the pride of the Etnum never wavered. I worked hard as a proud daughter of the Etnum. Truly, I was superior. Despite my past, I would soon return and demonstrate my abilities. No, not a problem at all. Although who could could not oppose me could only ignore me, and I, who possessed the ability worthy of the name of Etnum, there was no doubt about my future. None at all. No reason for doubt anywhere. But I was a slave to my doubts. What doubt? What kind of doubts? What was I looking for? I did not even know the answer to that myself. The gap between me and everyone else increased moment by moment, and I didn't notice how heavy my burden had become. It's time. The sun had set and the town suddenly turned to night. Not good. Already this late? I could barely speak through my painfully dry throat. I know sleeping in a proper room would have been better. The heat of the day dried my skin so much it crackled as I moved. Shiki's already coming, but he's 10 minutes early, right? I have to keep up so I can warn him. My connection with Shiki through the ether light gave me the occasional glimpse into his thoughts. It seemed he kept busy spending all day searching for the true ancestor and for the rumored killer. Is that just part of his personality? I wonder. He really is honest, completely different from the genius act which I play. I don't get it. For some reason, I'm not very good at making conversation with Shiki. It's not painful or unpleasant, but I'm just not very good at it. But now that I think about it, actually I never spoke to someone my age who was of the opposite sex. So this is the first time for me. Well, back then in Atlas it was unthinkable. No, that isn't it. I simply did not think about it. I feel sick. Everything before me turned red and I feel like I might collapse. Stop it. Don't think about your circumstances. Eliminate all thoughts. Excess thoughts are dangerous. There is one thing I need to do. Negotiate with the true ancestor, restrain her, then separate her from Tatari. This time, the vampire will... Tatari? This time I arrive ahead of our agreed meeting time by 10 minutes, but just as before, Sion was already there waiting. Good evening, Shiki. Hey, just like I thought, you're right on time, Sion. Of course, I didn't expect you to be... What was that, Sion? Nothing. I don't normally talk to myself, so let's just continue with our patrol. For some reason, her face seemed pale. Is she in a bad mood? She seemed kind of run down. Sion, are you okay? You look like you overdone it. No need to worry. Management of one's own body is a basic skill for alchemists. More importantly, how about the true ancestors, Shiki? About that, I couldn't catch her today either. I think she may be deliberately avoiding me. You may be right. Maybe she is trying to act like some kind of a perfect honor student, just like that agent yesterday. No way, that's not Arcui at all. She is probably just concerned about me. Indeed, the working of the hearts are truly a foolish man, aren't they? Just as well, still no results today either. Well, I wouldn't go that far. I did leave a note in the room. I have something important to tell you. You know what I've been doing, so come to the park after midnight. If you don't come, I won't make breakfast for you anymore. Shiki, do you really think the true ancestor will take that seriously? Oh, she will. A while ago, she and Akiha got into a big fight. However it looked, Arcui was the one at fault and I told her to apologize. Of course, Arcui said there was no reason, but as soon as I threatened to stop cooking her breakfast, she apologized to Akiha properly. That is the best bargaining tactic with her. I puffed my chest out confidently. She don't stare at me in amazement. I see. I must modify my assumption about the true ancestor. She nods to herself. Shall we go to the park? Maybe we'll meet her, this time. Sion. Park. We're back at the park again. I know there's a lot more stages in this game, so it's weird that the park of all places. Well, then again, we were at the park with... Why were we at the park with Ciel? It would have made more sense if we were in the alleyway, I guess. Or really, it's weird because, thinking about it, I know why they picked the park. The reason they picked the park was because, hey, you know where Ciel and, Akari fought? It was in the park. So that's the only sense it makes. But why not pick her actual main stage being the alleyway? The moment we reach the park, I feel something wrong already. The smell of blood is overpowering. We run into the depth of the park, fighting our way through the thick night air to find what... Under the pale moon, above the countless corpses above the ground, dyed with blood, Akari stand before us. Despite being a failure, this could almost pass as a real thing. Glancing at the moon overhead, Akari laughed immediately. There's something strange in the air. Without a doubt, that is Akari, but there's something slightly different, something not quite right with her. Alas, you're here, Shiki. You call someone, you don't even meet them on time. Shiki, you call someone and you don't even meet them on time. Not to mention, when you finally arrive, you're with some other woman. Now I'm starting to get ticked off. She giggled. The pressure built up in the air around us. The abnormality almost overwhelming. I start to lose my self-control, just like Akira does when she is drunk. Wait, are you real? Oh, if you have to ask that, then I have to wonder about you. Well, we'll find out soon enough. You dear Magus, you have some business with me. Yes, my name is Sion Alencia. As an alchemist, I seek your cooperation for a great undertaking. Pursue the true ancestor. Cooperate with me. How rare for someone outside the church to say that. Fine, let me hear it. I'll listen if you don't bore me. Yes, I am researching the process of vampirism. Those who have their blood drained by a true ancestor and become the apostles. Against this one process then you mean? Yes, nothing short of curing vampirism. There is some abnormality in your kind of blood that causes humans to change. If so, then there has to be something which could cause them to turn back. For that reason, I need the blood of an original true ancestor. Oh, that. No. Wait. That's boring, so we'll just stop there. You can't just dismiss that as boring. When you get down to it, isn't it just a disease you are all spreading? You can't just ignore the dead apostle like that. Oh, I didn't say the dead apostle were boring. I'm saying that you're boring. What do you mean by that? I mean that is impossible. Once humans become vampires, they can never go back. You can't turn back time, Sion and Alencia. And isn't your purpose different? Curing vampirism? That's a lie. You know yourself that is impossible. Isn't that right? Because you're already long since quiet. It was foolish of me to ask for your help. Human and true ancestor can never work together willingly. I will force you to cooperate. Sion dipped slightly. In an instant, her gun is out, and she charged at Akari. Wait, Sion! My voice of reason doesn't make it in time. Sion rushed to attack the composedly lunging Akari. Wait, am I forced to play, Sion? Oh. Okay. Oh. Okay, dude. How the frick did my attack not come out? Wait, that's a freaking low? Oh, that hitbox is great. Wait, what the frick did I do? Oh my god, what? Oh, she's weak. That's not. Ah, I'm so bad. I'm so bad. I'm so bad. I'm going to do that. I'm actually really good at sauce like that. No. Wake up super. Wow. Wait, what? I'm gonna die, aren't I? Oh, I could. Oh, okay, I can combo off. Maybe. I gotta check that later. In the future. Heard your moves. Victory is mine, Archery Boomside. Using your speed of thought in order to predict your opponent movement. Analyzing the probability of all functionality. Choosing the most suitable attack. Alchemist of Atlas. But even if you know the future, you cannot resist it. Humans in a sinking ship who knows their final hour can gain no benefit from such knowledge. But that is the destined outcome of a fight between you and me. You may predict my movement and try to counter, but you can't really oppose me. You can't change a gun lethality even if you know the bullet path. You lack the ability to dodge it. Is as you say, the Alchemist of Atlas will not go through with an experiment if they do not have all the ingredients for its success. Indeed, no matter how I approach the problem, I lack the element to defeat you in a fight. You understand then? But you did keep up with me. If you could do at least that, then why did you even bother with alchemy in the first place? But that doesn't really concern me. I'm less curious about you than I am about why Shiki is facing out over there. So Shiki, why the heck did you call me and then you show up with that woman? Don't tell me you're actually fake. Actually the fake. Isn't that my line? What's that mountain of dead bodies then? What about you? Are you really actually? That wasn't me. You did it before you came here. Eh? I did it? Yeah, although when I watched it, you looked like a little fake. Looked a little fake. In any case, it seems that like we all have been influenced by that thing. If you don't watch out, you just might turn into a true killer. Turn into a true... What do you mean? The realization of anxiety. You were the one who stacked this pile of dead bodies. Isn't CL looking for you right now? Although in the first place, you can't really call this murder. Stupid! What are you doing? Archery, it's already too late. Stop cooking those bodies around like that. Oh, Shiki, you still tricked. Just take a closer look at this. Look at all this, won't you? Closer look. What is this? Just some scrap of food and trash. Huh? What is this? I swear there was bloody corpses right here. see, you were deceived. Shiki, you had some very bad experience, so you are more likely to make this stuff real. Is it okay if I ask a question, Arcui? Yeah, sure. What's going on? Isn't it obvious? A pile of trash you mistook for a mountain of corpses, the work of a killer, no, a vampire. A vampire, the model for all these rumors around town. Sion Senpai was looking, but I should have known you were B2. What's this? You already spoke with Sion. That's strange. That even if it does appear, it may not be a bad time. Oh, I see. But because I'm here, it hasn't decided on a form yet. That idiot's so greedy, yet it only can end in self-destruction. Akari, you're the only one understanding everything. Can't you help me out a little bit? That girl over there has all the detail. I can't really explain about the dead apostle this time. Isn't it better to hear from somebody involved in all this? Involved? You mean Sion? Exactly, you know. I really want to kill her, but you would probably get in my way, right? Are you stupid? Of course I would. What would this crazy merciless attitude all of a sudden? Hey, I said I'm letting you go, Alchemist. Until I confirm the strength of this vampire, I won't be wasting any of my power. She left before we could stop her. Since we cannot keep up, pursuing her would be useless. Furthermore, it is dangerous to stay here. I don't think there will be anyone else around on a sweltering night like this. But even if there was just one, you might be branded as a criminal. I didn't kill anyone or anything. Perception is reality. Anyway, it is a good idea to move somewhere else. More trivial matters are likely to occur if we stay here. Got it. Well, I really don't get what you're saying, but let's leave just now. Let's just leave for now. What's my notes? I'm trying to get to about what Arcui said earlier. When Arcui said you were involved, what was she talking about? Sion, you don't know much about what's happening, but you really do, don't you? I don't know why you were hiding it, but I was not hiding it. It was the truth that I only knew as much as you did about the rumors. But yes, I do know more than you about the dead apostle hiding in this town. I knew you'd be difficult if you knew about it. How come you kept quiet? Because you were looking for the rumored vampire. For example, if you were like, hold on, let me check something. Checking my notes. Okay, be careful. Go to G. Okay. For example, if you would be like, it would be like just buying medicine whenever you feel sick. You didn't buy the medicine because you wanted to find out what it was in it, right? So it was meaningless to explain everything about that dead apostle. Hey, there is a meaning to it. If you don't know your opponent, you won't know how to counter him. He's just a rumor after all. So we don't know if he really that bad. And if we can resolve this by talking, it will be much better. Holy pack, if you think that you can talk with it, then you are so wrong it gives me chills. This is against my better judgment, but consider it a reward for agreeing to help me. Right now you seem to simply want peace with that vampire. But if you die on me because of it, my ability to finish this may be in question. Shiki, the source of the rumor in this town, the dead apostle that the true ancestor and the agent of the church are searching for is the one called Tatardi. Tatardi? You mean like a curse? Yes. The etymology derived from this country word for curse. The dead apostle Tatardi is a vampire lacking independent individuality. It pieced together anxiety from the bits of rumors appeal real and feed in cycles. The rumors that appear real and feed in cycles. Yes, a criminal that revels in reaction of the others and to its deeds. That apostle are normally not content with simply drinking blood as the years pass. They make their own rules and take pleasure not only in drinking blood but protecting those rules. To make matters worse, Tatardi has the ability to gather up rumors. Similar to the true answered Marvel Phantasma, Chitauri is able to materialize the imagination of humans. So, the more uneasy humans are, and the more bad rumors spread, the more his power grows. Hey, then you mean that in the absence of bad rumor, he can't exist? Yes, a cursed strength is extreme anxiety. Operating on this principle, it can transform general rumors into reality. That's what is called Chitauri truly does have the ability to materialize rumors. It is one kind of what we call a reality marvel. Strong dead apostles are able to create within themselves a different reality from outside the world. This reality marvel is a separate world created from one imagination. Usually its form is constantly fixed, but Chitauri reality marvel is something which takes form from nearby humans. Because of that, the content of the reality marble are separate from that of the world around it. Reality marbles are also very short-lived. No matter how strong a dead apostle is, he cannot maintain one for more than a single night. A single night is the limit. Is that why the rumor of the killer are only at night? No, Chitauri has yet occurred. In order to take form, the rumor must spread through town in order to increase their probability. Right now, Chitauri is only a rumor, but just rumors cannot kill anyone in reality, right? Chitauri is spreading roots through this town, permeating in it is with unpleasant rumors. As time passes, the rumors start to turn into reality, and it occurs due to bizarre circumstances. That means the likelihood of a true killer or a vampire serving as a model is high. In any case, thanks to all these incidents which occurred before, I think it's only natural for the people of this town to feel uneasy about it. Oh, in other words, this dead apostle named Chitauri hasn't drunk blood in this town yet, and he has to wait until the rumors become closer to reality before he can. To put it succinctly, yes. For Chitauri, the town in which he appears in only one stage, and the audience has just arrived. Their imagination feels the play, and when the seats are filled, Chitauri appears. The curtain rises. Yes, for one night in the past, Chitauri would claim victim after victim in the town in which he had occurred until it was morning. At times, it would be given to preying on everyone in the whole town. At any rate, here's the unpleasant rumors everyone in the town believe in. Humans cannot fight back against their own nature, their worst fears given shape. Because they cannot fight back, it is truly a nightmare, and once such curse begins, there's no stopping it. Correct, you are also part of the audience to know. You might just become the guest of honor. There's a high possibility whatever unpleasantness you think of will become Chitauri. Huh? Why me? You are the human most tied to the true ancestor. You are the one receiving the true ancestor's favor. So this town is considered quite desirable for an appearance. True ancestor's favor, if that's what you think, you're a little mistaken, but why would that make such a desirable target? You know the true ancestor is very real, right? If you think about it, it's very obvious. The absolute worst nightmare in this town would be the true ancestor got mad. And then, if I get worried about Akui indiscriminately drinking blood, or if I think that Senpai and Akiha getting into a fight would be bad, then the chances of that becoming reality is high. Curses work more on the principle of changing things, which exists rather than creating out of nothing. Please think of Chitauri as sort of a dead apostle who uses curses as familiars. In this case, wouldn't it simply be easier for Chitauri to take possession of the true ancestor, start rampaging, rather than truly becoming a rampaging true ancestor? Consequently, your image of unpleasingness is much more clearly defined than anyone else. Having seen so many vampires, you provide a far more vivid image from which to construct a false one. Hey, wait a minute. Then if I imagine that guy, for instance, if I get trouble thinking about that. Sion? Sion, what's wrong? Are you hurt from your fight with Akui? With your fight with Akui? No, that's not it. I just suddenly became nauseous, no need for concern. More importantly, Shiki, what are you going to do now? Why do you ask that? Our effort to negotiate with the true ancestor failed, but there still remained a possibility. Her top priority is dealing with Tatari, so we may still use it as a bargaining chip. In other words, there is no need for you to act as a mediator. You can just go back. In that case, then let's do it together. I'm looking for the vampire anyway, and you have to do something about Tatari before you can talk with Arku. And we are partners after all. You're a help to me too. I am surprised, Shiki. You still intend to help me. But I do not have any more information for you. I'm still hiding so much. Have you answered whatever I asked? If I don't understand anything, all I have to do is ask, right? Anyway, let's just roam around for a while. We still need to do something about this Tatari dead apostle before his curse becomes real. Alright, with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a good day. Take care.